Success is a journey itself. Most people think success is just a number in your bank account. Like you don't deal with mental health, you don't deal with depression, you don't deal with anxiety.
I lost it all.
That will do it.
But you know what though? You lose and you gain some.
Crashout conversations. Crashout conversations. 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 Crashout conversations.
Welcome to Crashout Conversations. It's the first episode, season 1, episode 1. O.L.N.A. Open lines, no awareness. Today we're starting this journey with a powerful conversation about growth, discipline, and building a better future. And our first guest for the day is O.L.N.A. Cassius, a financial advisor, credit builder, entrepreneur, and self-made millionaire who turned a vision dedication into hard work to success. He's here to share his journey, the lessons behind building wealth, the importance of financial education, and how people can take control of their own future. This is where the real conversation begins. O.L.N.A, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm doing amazing. Happy to be here. Excited to be here with the Crashout conversations. And I'm here for the people, man. You know, give them some raw, real uncut energy and real uncut stories.
And for those who don't know, me and O.L.N.A, we go way back. How long have we known each other?
Man, over a decade now.
Yeah, it's been more than a decade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, you know, everybody's been waiting for Crashout Conversations, man. I've been promoting this podcast for a few months now, and it's been in the work for a few years. And go ahead and tell the people about yourself, where you from, how you grew up, and what it looked like before you started K Solutions.
To be honest with you, first, my name is O.L.N.A Cassius, and I'm originally from Haiti. You know, that's my roots. And coming from Haiti and coming from hardworking parents, you know, my mom, my dad, they came to this country. They did everything that they had to do to provide the life, the stability and security for me to grow up. That also lit a fuel in me, man, because to be honest with you, how my company was founded is through everything that I had to watch my mom go through. When I was a kid, I literally was watching my mom work nearly 3 jobs. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't know what it's going to be, but I got to become something where I can actually change the trajectory of my family tree. And that's exactly what I did, man. You know, I put my head down. I went to work. I worked really hard. And until 10 years later, we are where we are today.
Yeah, of course. And I want to tell you, man, you are an inspiration to the Haitian community. And, you know, we all have, for those who know you, we all have watched you turn from nothing into something, right? You know, from high school to grinding from having nothing, zero. And recently, you had mentioned that, you know, about how it does not always work. You know, sometimes you go, you know, there are risks, and sometimes you gain it all, and sometimes you lose it all.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Man, to be honest with you, success is a journey itself. Most people think success is just a number in your bank account, but success is a journey. When I was first starting out, I still remember some of the days where I just had enough to eat a snack. And you were making decisions, should I put gas or should I put some food in my belly? And those are some tough times. And through that, that's where some people, they're like, it's not going to work. Let me pivot and do something else. But that's what grounded me, because I knew one day I would have my family, which today I have my daughter who is 4 years old.
Awesome. Congratulations again.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. One thing about me, I've always wanted to have a story, because I like to tell people through some of the books I've read, it's also stuck with me that your mess eventually becomes your message. And sometimes
That is deep.
1,000%.
I got to use that next time.
1,000%. And through the mess, sometimes a lot of people get lost, man. But that's where, you know, you got to really build that courage. So my journey wasn't always easy, but I had a reason why. My first reason why was my mom. Through everything that she went through, suffered for, and dedicated herself to, I said, you know what? One day I want to be able to put her up. I want to retire her. I want to watch her keep her, feet up one day and just relax. So that was my reason why. So when things got tough, I was going door to door. When the doors got slammed, the dogs got let go after me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't stop until mom is retired. You know what I mean? So I stuck it out. And some days, you make money in business. Some days you lose money in business. But I said, until mom is where she needs to be, Curlin's is not stopping. And that's what kept me going, man.
And for years you haven't stopped and you're still going.
I haven't stopped.
So would you say that everything that you've wanted to achieve in this life, would you say you've achieved all?
Yes. All is overrated, because when you put all, that means you've made it. And I'm the type of person, like, I never want to get complacent in life. I never want to get comfortable. So I wouldn't say all, but I will say some. For example, my biggest goal in life was to retire my mom. She's not retired. My mom hasn't worked a job now for almost 6 years. So it's definitely a dream come true. And, we're still going, because the why gets deeper as you grow. Now I have a beautiful daughter now that's counting on me. And I can't let her down. I need to be her superhero. Who's to say she's not going to see this video one day when she grows up? You know what I mean?
She's definitely going to see it. It's Crashout Conversations.
I know. So it's crucially important, man.
Yes.
It's crucially important.
Yes. With success comes what most men don't like to talk about. We call it the lonely hour.
100%.
How's that for you?
100%, man. I'm glad you asked me that, because a lot of people that sit back, they think once you've achieved a certain number in your bank account, you bypass all personal obstacles. Like, you don't deal with mental health. You don't deal with depression. You don't deal with anxiety. And I want to kind of talk to that man that's probably working to make his first 6 figures, because he thinks that's going to solve all his problems. And when you're chasing a number, you also got to make sure you're putting God on the forefront.
Yes.
And you're putting him first. Because I tell you, man, I got so caught up in chasing wealth and chasing a certain number. I remember the first time I was like, I just want to make my first 6 figures. I believe I made my first 6 figures, it was around 2017. The minute I made that first 6 figures, right, I wanted to do multiple 6 figures. Like, I wasn't happy the minute that it happened, because once you're chasing the number never ends.
It never ends.
So you got to keep God first. And one thing that's most important, man, when I had the most money in my bank account, I was most depressed.
And why is that?
Because I lost track of God, which was the most powerful thing. I wasn't fulfilled. I felt so empty, because I'm like, okay, maybe if I buy the next car, I'll feel happy. Maybe if I buy the big house, I'll feel happy. Or maybe if I take the dream vacation, I feel happy. And these things, they do make you happy for a moment.
For a moment.
And I always tell people, man, any chance you get, work on your mental health, get closer to God, so that way you never lose track of that fulfillment. Because ultimately, that's what it's about.
So how do you cope? I know God plays a big role in your life. So how do you cope? Like, what do you do?
Well, to be honest with you, you surround yourself with people that love you beyond money. And for me, that's my immediate family. I'm so thankful to the strong bond that I have with, my sisters, my family members, and some of the people that really just love me beyond any level of success that I can achieve. Because that connection, when you feel grounded, that is success. Dude, I've got friends that I can call on right now that's made multiple millions and they're miserable. You know what I'm saying?
So money is not really happiness. Is that what you're saying?
Money doesn't define happiness. Money is just an amplifier of who you already are. So if you don't work on your happiness now, just because you have a certain number in your bank account, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be
It's
happy.
tough.
You know? So that's just how I look at it, man. You know, just like I've got some friends that's made multiple millions and they're miserable, but I also have some friends that are just hardworking, but they have the family. You know what I mean? They're happy. Their kids love them.
Yes.
Their wife cherishes them. You know what I mean? And like, we have to put the focus on, like, let me find that happiness now. Like, let me ground myself around who loves me now. Because once you make it to a certain tax bracket, it's kind of hard to do the audit because you don't know if this person is around you for you
Or for
if
what
they're
you have.
around for what you can do.
Yeah.
You know? So,
And you know, once you get to a level of success, you have to know your real friend, your true identity.
exactly.
Yeah, because just like you mentioned, people will take advantage of what you can do for them.
100%. 100%. All
Yeah.
day long.
So one thing that I'm thinking about, you know, when you started, what was the most challenging thing for you?
The most challenging thing for me when I was building up my company and growing, I would say first, it was forcing people to see the vision that I saw. Because for some reason, right, I saw the success before it happened, and I've always been somebody that I didn't want to go alone. I'm like, man, I see I can change my life 5 years from now. I can see that I can change my life 10 years from now. Like, I can already see it. Like, I could see mom being retired. I can see, you know, me living my dream. I'm like, I want it for you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come to the meeting with me. Like, let's go meet these CEOs. Let's go meet these executives. And I was just forcing something on some people that couldn't really see it. Just like in our Haitian language, they say you could take the horse to the fountain, but you can't force him to drink.
Yes.
And I think I had a hard time with that because I just wanted so much better for everybody around me, but
So
they couldn't see it.
I know you. Is it possible that you saw yourself within those people, or based on what you were going through, you kind of like you were hoping that they could relate to you? Is that what the vision was?
Yes, and something else. Yes, I did see myself. And the other thing that I also wanted, I know sometimes success can get lonely. I just didn't want to make it by myself. Like, I kind of love when I could shoot a text with somebody that I grew up with since middle school. Like, yo, let's hit the boat on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's fun doing things like that. But when you're by yourself, it gets lonely. That's why they say, you know what, at the top, it gets lonely. And that's why a Ferrari only has 2 seats. You know, so it's, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, you know what they say, man. You can't bring everybody up with you. At some point, some of these people, you know what they do? They're holding you down, man. They're like a big weight. You know,
I agree.
they're holding you down, man.
I agree.
Core values. What are some of the core values of what you do?
Some of the core values. I would definitely say it's just more so changing lives. I think right now, to be honest, with what we're doing with our company, we literally have the key to someone's future. So right now we're very deeply invested into the credit space, the financial space. So whether somebody just moving out of their mom's house into their first apartment, they need us because they need credit. Or they're going and they just got married, they're going for their first home. They need us because they need credit. Their first car or the dream car, they need us because they need credit. So one of our core values is that we literally have the ability to really change someone's life.
Okay. So K Cassie Solutions,
Correct.
right? You offer services like credit disputing, inquiry removals, and trade lines. Which of these most do most of your clients need the most when they first come to you?
Mainly the disputing side of things, only because life happens. Life happens to so many people. And sometimes you don't have control over when it's going to happen,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, man. And when life happens, sometimes they probably had a $12,000 card with Capital One and they tried their best to keep up with it, but they lost a job a year ago. You know, they racked up so many late payments and they had the vehicle and they tried their best to keep up with the payments, but it had to get repoed because they had to choose between that or providing for their kids. So that's where we come in and we give them another shot at life. Because just because you couldn't keep up with your car payment 3 years ago doesn't mean it should stop you 3 years later. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
So we come in and we give a white glove experience. We clean anything that's derogatory because we take our time leveraging the proper laws, because a lot of people, they don't know that as consumers, you have access to laws that you can leverage with the bureaus against those creditors to clean up your credit report. So after 10 years of hard studies, deeply invested into our craft, we've mastered exactly how to do that, and we navigate our clients through
Oh, man.
how to get it done.
So how long, realistically speaking, how long does that take? And what does the transformation look like from start to finish?
Transformation is different for every single client because every file is different. No file is ever the same, but typically we're around the 90 days turnaround time, right? So let's just say somebody starts with us at a 500 credit score because there's repos, there's late payments, there's collections. As long as that person have a couple positive accounts after we've cleaned off the bad, normally that person can see themselves go from a 500 credit to maybe a 700, 750. As long as they're keeping their balances low on their good cards, they're maintaining healthy, credit activities, they can definitely see that happen, man. I mean, I had a client start with us and she was able to, purchase a house in exactly 3 months. We got her from a 573 to, I believe it was a 763 within the window of a 90-day time span. So it's definitely doable for sure.
So you said it takes roughly approximately 90 days.
Correct.
That's when it's going good, right? You're working.
Absolutely.
So how long? No, not how long, but what are some of the common mistakes that people make that while you working for them or with them, that will affect the job that you're doing?
Very common. They grow impatient. They grow impatient. And as you're literally working on the file, some of these people will go and start applying for credit cards, start getting new credit. I always tell people, whenever we touch your file, consider it as if you're just getting a brand new home, because when you're in the process of getting a new home, you cannot go and get a brand new car. You cannot go
Can I
and
get that boat that you've always wanted?
Exactly. You know what I mean? So you gotta be a tad bit patient with the process to allow it to work how it needs to work for you.
So I understand you have you from the Haitian community. What are some of those events that you have held to help out the Haitian community?
Got it. We're still working. One of the things that I do my best to be sponsors of things that's actually growing in the community. I actually have a really good event that is going on July 11th. So I definitely plan to attend that. But from time to time, man, sometimes we even run some promotions on our Instagram where some of the people in our community, we give out where we fix their credit for free. We don't charge them.
Is that your way of giving back to the community?
My way of giving back. Not too long ago, we paid someone's car note. Sometimes, we'll pay somebody's rent. We do different activities every way that we can, to kind of give back and really help those in need.
Nice. Future self. What does that look like?
Man, that's hard, because 10 years ago, this was just a dream. It was just a vision. I knew that consistency would pay off, but I didn't know exactly how it would dress itself. So I would say future self only because my daughter is looking up to someone right now, and I want that someone to be me, right? So I would say more courage, right? Accomplish a lot more that I can be proud of as a family, and I ain't gonna lie, take a break sometimes, because that's one thing that we don't do as entrepreneurs, man. Like, we feel like it's almost illegal to kind of clock out, man. So I see my future self enjoying the fruits of my labor, man. To be honest, I've put over a decade into this, and at some point, you gotta definitely kick back and see what you work for, because life is so short, and we don't know our time. So I would definitely say my future self, I'm going to enjoy life a little bit more, because I've done the hard ones already, man. I've done the hard tasks already.
So being so much of an influence in the community, I mean, I'm sure you got kids looking up to you. You got cousins, whether the, pathway that you have built to help somebody out that wants to do what you're doing right now, that want to start with an enterprise, in the business, that somebody that have the business mindset.
It's a really, really good question. One of the things I'm working on right now with my team, we're working on bringing an education platform. And I believe with that education platform, it's going to change the game for a lot of people, because I'm going to pour in all the 10 years, the failures, some of the alleyways that we had to take, some of the lessons that we learned, some of the mistakes. We're going to package everything into this education platform that we're building out. And I believe that's going to more than change the people that's looking up to us, because they're going to be able to see from some of the things that we failed at. And they're going to be like, you know what? Let me scoot this to the side. Let me do it this way. And that's going to be a cheat code for them. So I'm excited to really build that, man. We're actually building it out. Should be launching in the next few months, before January of next year. We should definitely have that available.
Okay. So to all our viewers and listeners, what are some of the life lessons, man?
That's deep.
And mistakes, that you need to avoid. Come on, man. Let's crash out, brother.
That's deep. That's deep. Well, we're going to crash all the way out. All right. So, some of the common mistakes I've made, man, is trusting too easy. And that was a big one for me. I remember building my company, and the way that we built it, I saw the good in everyone. I'm like, this person means well. Let's give them an opportunity. This employee is messing up. I used to be like him. It's okay. And we would just take the hits. But it bit me hard because the people that you go so hard for and you sacrifice and you trust, they're the ones that turn against you.
In what way?
So I would say this without saying too much. 'Cause I don't want to say too much, but I had a former staff that was working for us, and this one hit deep. I'm not gonna lie to you, it cut deep and it stained. But that former staff, after so many years of working for our company, man, decided to just bash us. Went through a defamation process.
Oh, wow.
Our attorneys had to get involved. And the reason why it cut me deep, obviously we have attorneys, they handle all that aspect for us. We don't worry about it. But it hit me on the emotional side because that was someone I trusted.
Were you close with that person?
I was very close with that person, and I never seen that happening. Never.
I never expected it.
Never expected it. And it's the same thing that happens in our personal life. Some of the people that we go hard for, we think we can get that same energy back, but that doesn't always happen.
You know, this life, man. Don't get me started, man. This life.
It's crazy.
It's always the people that you've helped out the most.
It's always
The people that you've helped out the most, because you know, there's a saying that says, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Fear your closest friends, something like that. It goes along
1,000%.
Yeah,
that's
the ones
how
who
it
are
is.
close to you, fear them, and trust the ones who are far away from you.
Exactly.
Because you know the ones who are close to you, they know your every move.
Exactly.
They know
Exactly.
your routine, your schedules.
Yep.
Like
It's crazy.
it's crazy,
It's
bro.
very, very, very crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's very, very, very crazy. And because you said mistakes.
Yes.
Another mistake, you know, I made is not being careful with who you lay with. That's deep. You know, I'm actually going through a very, very hard process right now where I have to fight for my own child. You understand? And I never seen that coming. Never in a million years. And I tell you, man, sometimes people look at your success, you dress it up so nice. They're like, oh, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like
They
that
don't
person.
know what's
But
happening.
they don't know what this guy
It's going
is
through.
dealing with. And that's why I tell people, okay, this guy's a millionaire, but can you handle the $1 million stuff that he has to deal with?
Great power comes with great responsibilities.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of people really doesn't understand. So when I was on my journey to becoming successful, man, one thing I appreciated, when I made my first 6 figures, the next year I lost it. But I couldn't understand it. I'm like, what is going on? When I made it, this person needed help with rent, you got it. This person needed to borrow $200, you got it. I didn't have discipline. But what I didn't see was God was building a different version of me that can handle more. First, he has to see how you can receive it, and then he has to see how you can manage and maintain it. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. That makes
So,
perfect sense.
It's a lot.
It's
man.
just like well, a relationship.
Yeah.
You work hard to get the girl, but you gotta work 10 times harder to keep the
keep
girl.
her. Yeah. You have to, man. You have to. It's
So
crazy.
I mean, you've been managing money, and you're doing your business is doing well. Have you ever lost it all?
Yes. Um, a hard year for me was 2022, man. Um, and since this is a crash out conversation, look,
Man.
we're gonna crash all the way out,
Let's
like I
do it.
said.
Let's do
So,
it.
2022, I made multiple six figures, and coming here on this podcast, that's where this gentleman actually recognized me too. Man, I had built myself to multiple six figures at that point. I was making really good income. I had just gotten my dream condo. Things were going well. And I lost every penny to my name.
What caused that? If you don't mind
Every
me
penny
asking.
to my name. So at that moment, we had a third party affiliation. And with the third party affiliation that we did have, that company went through some legalities and everything just went, no warning, nothing, just sunk. Lost 10,000 clients overnight. Talk about building a stable business, protected income. I did it. I did everything I was supposed to do. But one thing I learned, I was living risky, man. I built a crazy lifestyle off of one source of income. So once that source was shut, there was my life. Dude, at the point where I was at with my condo, the leasing office, man, that lady hated my guts because I never paid the rent on time because I couldn't. There was one time she was like, Curlins, I like you. I see you're trying. I like your spirit. But we also have to pay our bills too. And she said, if I don't get this money by tomorrow, I got to write up the eviction notice. I should have brought it with me, but I don't have it.
You
but,
still keep it?
Oh, man, I have to. I have to see where I was at in life, and I have to see what pushed me. So losing that, and here I have my daughter, man, crying every night, knowing I can't provide for them. And that eats you up as a man. But for some reason, I stuck it out. Dude, I survived between 12 to 18 months with zero income. Zero income. Till this day, I can't tell you how I survived. I had a panic attack. Had an anxiety attack. I think one time I was walking to a store. I can't even tell you if I was having a mini stroke. I don't know what was happening, but I just remember I almost passed out. It's crazy. The stress, it was a lot. And that's why, I tell everybody, don't ever look at what somebody have today and envy them because you don't know the
don't know
price
what they went through.
they had to pay. You never know. And I paid my dues, man. I never cheated. When I lost everything, I just sat back and I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm just going to keep working hard.
Did you feel at that moment that it was God testing you?
Yes. It was God testing me because I was living above my means. I had no reason of doing that. I didn't have any investments. Every money that was coming in was going out. I had no discipline. I was entertaining everything that came across me. Like, sometimes God can't talk to you when it's too loud. He has to quiet it down. And that quiet room was just him taking everything from me so he can have my attention.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
that is deep. So you lost it all 2022. I'm not gonna say rebuilding, but rebranding yourself.
Yeah.
Over 10,000 people
Overnight, yes.
overnight. What was your first reaction?
Dude, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I questioned everything. Like, what did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Clients going crazy, people freaking out. But through that, I also saw a lot of the people that stuck with me and some of the people that should have been let go of. You get to see a lot when it's just you.
So my question is, Curlins, what happened to all these people you were helping?
So, to be honest with you, we had to get a grip. A lot of them believed. A lot fell through the cracks as well. But some of those that believed in us, and they believed that we could bounce back, they believed that we could come back, we proved them right.
What a story, man.
We proved them
Comeback
right.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, I have to tell you, man, you know, since it's Crashout, we're going to crash
Of
out.
course. 1000%.
2022 was a tough year for me too, man.
Wow.
Because I remember I had to make a big decision. A decision of leaving people that I love, everything that I had, everything that I loved behind, to start fresh, to start new.
Wow.
And, you know, like you said, people don't know what you've been through, but people still, yet they still envy you. They still want to be like you.
Exactly.
And there were times where I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. There were times when, you know, thankfully at the time, I had a supporting girlfriend.
That's nice.
She believed, you know, in the vision. And she did what she could to help me out. I had other people that did what they could to help me out. Going through a whole day, bro, a whole day not knowing what you're gonna eat. And, you know, you still gotta grind. The grind doesn't stop.
Absolutely.
But you know what, though? Through it all, God always found a way.
That's real.
At the end
That's
of a
real.
day, at the end of each day, I've always had something to eat. I've always had gas to put in my car. And I was doing well in school.
That's amazing.
God did it, man. And for me to get to where I'm at today, I'm not gonna say since success means different things for different people, I can say that I'm very successful. You know, I'm healthy.
Nice.
You know, I'm very super grateful for the people that I have in my life right now. And I learned that I had, just like you, to cut a lot of people off. I learned to cut a lot of family members off.
That's deep.
And sometimes the people that you don't think were gonna stay in the picture are the people who stayed in the picture. I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because there were people I never thought that them and I now would have stuck it out.
That's real. That's real.
But everybody in your life, they are in your life for a reason. It's either it's a life lesson or it's an experience.
That's true.
So mental health, since it's June, we gotta, you know, mental
Absolutely.
health. It's still the month of June. It's
Absolutely.
the 27th. And I have to say, man, in the Haitian community where we both from, us men in the community, they didn't teach us of taking a day for yourself.
Yeah.
You know they didn't teach us none of that, man.
100%.
Because taking a day for yourself, to some people, it means you're missing out on another line of income, or you're missing out on another plate of food for your children or for your family.
Correct.
They can't take the day off, right? So where I'm going with that is, I remember I had so much stuff going on. 2023, I would say November, the end of 2023. But my birthday passed. I didn't even know it was my birthday.
crazy.
2023.
That's crazy.
one thing I gotta let the people know too, that when you're in the process of fighting yourself, of getting back to where you were and who you were, that process is like a purge. It's like being purged.
You're speaking right now.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like being purged. They taking that impurity out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a person that's going through what's the term for it? Somebody was an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
They go to what's that? What's that?
Rehab?
The rehab. The process that they have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're dying.
Yeah. 100%.
And I remember 2023, I was at work. I'm driving around. And out of nowhere, I felt like my heart was just coming out of my chest.
That's anxiety.
And I did not know what was causing it. It was my first time experiencing something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me, you know, us men, something happened, we shake it off, and you know,
Yeah.
life goes on.
Yep.
But I felt like I was having a heart attack,
Mm-hmm.
and all I remember, I said, "God, please save me."
Wow. Wow.
And I literally drove myself to the station where we had fire rescue, and they checked me out, and they said, everything's fine.
Wow.
They asked me, when was the last time you ate? Probably 2 hours ago. I'm not hungry. And one of them said, well, I don't know what to tell you because everything's fine. And he said, have you been struggling mentally? I didn't know what that was. You know, I'm like, nah, you know, like, listen, man, if there's anything that you're going through that might be the reason why what you just had, the panic attack.
Exactly. Exactly.
And at the time, I remember I was going through a breakup.
Yeah. That would do it.
I was
that
trying to
would-
find myself,
Yeah.
find my way, and also going through a breakup.
That-
2023, I lost it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lost it all.
That would do it.
But you know what, though? You lose and you gain some. You
Sure.
lose some, you gain some, because I can tell you, I've been blessed. I've been blessed, man.
I believe it.
I've been blessed because God has provided 100 times more
That's
to
real.
what I've lost.
That's real.
So we gotta let the people know that they're not by themselves when it comes to mental health.
That's true.
And you know, that is, mental health is overlooked in the Haitian community. But it's okay, man, to take a day for yourself. It's okay to say, I can't do it today, man. It's okay to let go and let God.
I receive that. And I wholeheartedly
And sometimes
agree.
losing it all, that's you saving yourself. That's God saving you. Because I tell people, man, my story might be different from yours, but it's common. Because growing up, you know, my goal was to always, you know, I always wanted to be a pro soccer player because, you know, that's something I was very good at, you know. And at some point, God's telling me, that's not for you. That's not for you. I went to college, played ball in college, and somehow, somewhere, I always get injured, man.
Wow.
Always get injured. And, you know, I'm telling myself, maybe if I had achieved it all, get to become a professional soccer player with all the money, the lifestyle, the luxury and everything else, I would have lost my way from the face of God.
100%.
I don't know if that makes
100%.
sense.
It makes sense because I can relate to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one thing I'll kind of piggyback on, as men, we're viewed by society like we're supposed to always be strong. And unfortunately, because that is the truth that we have to carry, when we go through the anxiety, we're like, all right, I got it. Nobody's going to find out because I'm just going to suppress it. What you experience, I experienced tenfolds, not to take the weight from you and add it on myself, but I never dealt with anxiety in my life. Had no idea what it was. So when it started coming, it starts with the heart palpitation, right? Where you feel like your heart is skipping beats, but it's not really skipping beats. It's all in your head, right?
But at the time, you have to understand, I didn't know none of that, man.
Exactly. The chest get tight, shortness of breath, all of that stuff happens. But then people are like, well, he's got money. He doesn't deal with stuff like that. You deal with it at a higher level. So I definitely agree with you. And I tell anyone that's probably going through something, it's okay to not be strong, bro. Get some help, talk to some people, get around some people that love you, and just get out of your face. And also, one thing to keep in mind, don't go through your mess and just get around a bunch of distractions trying to act like it's not happening. Because that's not solving it. Like, somebody is probably going through a growing phase. They're going through the depression, the anxiety, and they're working on themselves. Instead of taking the time for themselves, they got this woman coming today, another one on Friday, another one next week, all because they don't want to feel alone. And I went through that, and I felt more emptier than ever until I had to sit in a place and make the decision like, yo, I need to work on me right now. Because I didn't even have me together to give to other people, and I was just overly stretching myself, you know? But you asked me earlier, for you, what would you say is some like common mistakes, right, you kind of made on your journey?
My journey, I would say, it's a really good question. Thinking I know it all.
That's deep right there.
Yeah, thinking I know it all. Thinking that I made it and I didn't need anybody else. I didn't need any advice. That's some of the mistakes that I had to learn from. Because, believe it or not, bro, life will humble you real quick.
Absolutely.
Real
Absolutely.
quick. Yeah. Thinking that I know it all. Probably the most common one.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. That's real, man. And I know you talk about your daughter. You have a newborn, right?
Yes.
So what would you say the old Cody that was chasing growth, success to whatever measure that you look at it as, then to now, after your daughter came into the picture, would you say anything changed?
Of course, a lot has changed, man. It's a blessing, brother. It's a blessing because I see life another way, through a different perspective. Now I know I can say I have a purpose in this life.
That's real. I like that.
I have a purpose. I have a purpose to do even more, to do better, to choose better decisions, eat better, exercise better, live better. You know? And you know, when we go through something, man, we get to, just like you said, do stupid stuff to distract
Exactly.
us
Exactly.
from looking at the bigger picture, from actually living the reality.
That's true.
But sometimes reality is reality.
That's
You
true.
gotta live it.
That's true.
And now I can say I have a purpose, man.
That's real.
I have a
I
purpose.
respect that. I respect that a lot. And something I want to touch on, right? You mentioned that you are in law enforcement.
Yes.
How does that play a role into who Cody has become now? Would you say that has had like any significant impact on your growth, or have you learned anything from law enforcement that you can take into the real world from to
Of
your
course,
personal life?
law enforcement, I can say, has shaped me to become a better version of myself, and also to prepare me for the real world. Because from looking from a civilian perspective, you don't know everything that's going on, man.
That's true.
You
That's
don't
true.
you don't see everything. You don't hear everything, right? But being in law enforcement, man, has changed my life because I see what certain people are going through. I see it firsthand. So meaning, sometimes I have to step back and think to myself, that could have been me. That could have been me. And
Wow.
that's why sometimes what I do is just to give back to the community. I have sometimes, like live on TikTok to educate the people of how to interact with law enforcement. Because at the end of the day, when we interacting with somebody, we gotta make sure that that person goes back to their families
100%.
and we go back to our families, bro.
100%.
So we like teach them, and I have also my friend on TikTok, Timoto, as
Okay.
well. He's a real brother that has been with me through the journey. And we teamed up. We asked ourselves, what is one thing that we can do to give back to the community? And we've gone through churches, educating the
Wow.
people.
Wow.
We've had youth day where we educated the young people, because you have to understand, we live in a day, in a world where kids are not too fond of police
No,
officers.
they're not. It's
So
they have the wrong image.
the wrong image. It's stuff that they've seen in movies, TV, and current events as well. Not to get into deep,
Yeah.
but we host certain events for youth, and all that. We do it just amongst ourselves, man. We don't ask for help. We don't ask anything back. From doing a live session on TikTok, and going to churches, and it makes me feel good, man, to see that I'm doing something to help out the community.
That's very purposeful, man.
Yeah, man.
very
So
purposeful.
that's how law enforcement have changed me, man. Because thinking back, Cody wanted it all, man, to himself. Cody wanna achieve everything. He wanna do this. He wanna do that. But never a day in his life has thought that maybe he should sit back, relax, and give back to the community.
It's real.
Yeah,
That's real.
yeah, man.
For sure. Definitely agree with that. Now, is there any piece of advice that someone around our age group that's kind of coming up and they're looking up to you, very iconic? They're like, man, this guy's story is powerful. He's gone through this. He defeated anxiety. He's gone through rebuilding himself. Like, what piece of advice would you give to anybody just looking up to you right now?
Put God first. And don't be afraid to go for what you want in this life. Because you know your story, you know your purpose, you know the reason why you're doing everything, you're taking the risk in everything that you're doing. You know why. So
That's real.
once that person has a why, a reason why, go for it, man.
That's real.
Go for it.
That's real.
Go for it. So what about you? I mean, I should ask you the same question.
Yeah. Piece of advice that I would give to anyone coming up. Understand you're not going to have a whole lot of support early on. If you have the vision, you believe in what you see, you got to go all in. And you got to be a little crazy about it.
Of course.
Dude, when I was chasing my vision and entrepreneurship and I said I'm going to build this big business one day, dude, it took 3 years for my dad to even believe in it. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, this is what I'm going to build. Oh, look at you. You can't even pay your bills. You can't pay your car note. I told you it's not going to work out. And it's to the point. In 2022, when I lost everything, he said, I told you you needed a job. I told you you needed something stable. And I said, right now, God, Dad, I'm having anxiety. I can't pay my bills. I'm broke as a joke. But remember, I told you on this day in 2020, I think it was around May or something like that. I said, I, Curlins Cassius, am telling you in May 23rd, 2022, I have $0 to my name today. Give me 2 years. It ain't going to be like that no more. And I turned it all around.
You made it happen.
I made it happen.
So what was his initial response now?
It's like, I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. But sometimes people get carried away just because the person they're sleeping with don't believe in them and they give up. The person that brought them into this world don't believe in them and they give up. But bro, you can't. You gotta be a little gone to it. You gotta be a little crazy. You gotta just
be
believe
aggressive
in it. You gotta believe in it, bro.
Yeah.
If you see it, just go for it. And that's what I did.
So what is a message to your younger self? A message to your younger self, what would it be?
A message to my younger self, I would definitely say it's real and it's possible. That would be the message. Because sometimes we get caught up when it's not happening in month 6. In month 6, and we like, okay,
It's just not gonna happen.
maybe business is not for me. Let me go to nursing school instead. That's fine. But your idea was to create a beauty brand and it would have worked. So I'm just reminding you, it's real. And you know what I'm proud of?
Yes.
For a long time, bro, they doubted Haitians. You understand? Today, there's so many documented multimillionaires, Haitian rooted, after 52 years.
Yeah.
We made it on the big screen.
The World Cup.
World Cup, man.
Proud moments, man.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yo, it's real.
It's real.
And it's possible. So that's what I would tell my younger self. It's real.
So to the people that are watching us, listening, how do they get in contact with you?
All platforms, K the Dream Builder. KTHE Dream Builder. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, TikTok, all over. And they get to see a little bit of who I am. They get to connect with my story because, you know, I put everything online because I want somebody to see my journey.
And I know we've been talking for a while. What is a message, special message to the community? Especially the Haitian community.
All of us, we're going to be gone one day. And that's what a lot of people, they try their best to not believe, but it's just the reality, right? And nobody's ever going to remember the dollar value or the amount of money that's in your bank account. Mm-hmm. They're going to remember what you stood for.
Yes.
So stand for something. Stand for something. You know, when you die, you have the day you were born and the year that you died. But that dash in between, that's what means the most. So make sure you go full throttle and you live it all out. You live out all of your dreams, all your goals, everything that's in your head. You know how many people right now have been talking about start a podcast for the last 2 years, but they're so afraid. They're like, man, nobody's gonna watch it. Well, you're right, and that's your advantage because nobody's gonna freaking watch it. You understand?
If you don't start it,
Yeah, exactly. So you already have the advantage of nobody watching, so just fell early.
yeah.
So that would be the powerful message, man. Just go all out and be remembered for something.
And to add to what you're saying, stand for something, have a purpose, and also what I want to tell the people: when nobody stands with you, stand on your own.
1,000%.
Stand on your own, man. Know your why, know the purpose, and go for it. Once again, man, Curtis, thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
To Crashout Conversations.
Absolutely.
And we told the people that we had a lot of heat coming for them, man. We have a lot of special guests, man.
Of course.
And this is the first episode, man.
Wow.
First open lines, no
Wow.
awareness, man.
Wow.
Open lines, no awareness. Thank you again, man, my brother. Thank
It's
you.
an honor, man.
Yes,
It's an
sir.
honor. It's a pleasure. I'm happy to be here with Crashout Conversation, especially you, man, as a brother. I've
Appreciate
always
it,
looked at you,
man.
man, as a brother from a mother I've never had. So it's truly, truly an honor to be here with you, man, and just share the stage with you. So I'm forever grateful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. People, you've heard it. You know where to get Curlins. You gotta get his attention. And listen, his help is always available here. Get with him so we can do it all. He does it all. We do it all. All right. Thank you, people.
Crash out conversations. Crash out conversations. 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 Crash out conversations.